Today, Sony announced a big change coming to PlayStation games for PCs. So stuff like God of War, Spider-Man, things like Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, they're about to be improved. And I want to explain why and why this is a big deal. Hi, I'm DreamcastGuy, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. So honestly, I woke up at 7 a.m. today to watch the Nintendo Indie Direct, hoping to see Silksong, and it wasn't there. But right after that ended, we saw this tweet from PlayStation that said, hey, check out the Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut PC requirements. Now, when I first clicked this, I was like, okay, it's the standard stuff of how insane the graphics are going to be. Now, if you haven't played any PlayStation games yet on PC, they are insane. The company that ports them is this group called Nixxes. They are the best. PlayStation games on PC run at 4K 60 FPS if you've got a good rig. A lot of times the HDR, the graphics, I mean, it is insane. I love my PlayStation 5, but the PS5 games on PC, extra incredible. But inside the text here, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we're dropping a bunch of new, completely added features to PlayStation games on PC. Now, this includes friends list, trophy support, new settings, new profile, in-game voice chat, and all of this can be accessed by just pressing F1. Shift F1. Now, when you see this, I must admit, it's completely shocking to see. Straight up, this is just the standard PlayStation UI running on the PC natively. Now, to me, a cool part of this is, as a trophy hunter, a lot of people are straight up saying, hell yeah, trophy support, where's that sequel? Everybody's great. But here's the other part of it that to me is kind of eye-catching, which is they're talking about the fact that it's going to have in-game voice chat and cross-play. Like it actually straight up says here, there's going to be cross-play, meaning that when people do this, you sign in with your existing PlayStation account or create one, and then the way it's going to work is that now whenever you're playing these games, it'll make it so that PlayStation games can play multiplayer with any of the other platforms. So like Ghost of Tsushima, it has this multiplayer mode called Legends, where you do like little tiny missions and try and assassinate bigger targets. It's very freaking fun, but the player base is, of course, dwindling. This came out in 2020 on the PlayStation 4, and, you know, people are just not playing it as much. This is going to be a fresh pool of people, but here's the other part of it. I do think it's nice that they're going to have in-game voice chat, so the fact that I'll actually be able to use my fancy microphone to talk to PlayStation gamers, I definitely prefer that. I've been playing a lot of Helldivers too, like most people, of course. But here's the dealio, when I'm playing Helldivers, I'm usually playing it on my PS5. This is like my gaming TV right here, and that's great, but all my buddies are on PC, and let's face it, this microphone is not the best. Like, I use my PlayStation 5 controller a lot. I think the speaker is decent, the controller triggers are nice, the lights are cool, the layout is great, but this microphone, not the best. You're definitely intended to buy a better headset if you want to have any actual in-depth conversations. This is not really the intended optimal experience. So a lot of times when I've been playing with my friends cross-play, I've had to use Discord voice chat. It's cool that they're going to make in-game voice chat compatible cross-play. Now, all of this sounds fantastic. All of this looks fantastic. I think the idea of trophies carrying over, very, very cool. But this does bring up the singular part of this that I want more than anything else, which is cross progression. Now, in case you don't know that term, it's something that I feel like is extra cool. It's something that exists on certain games, and it does completely exist on the Xbox. When you're playing stuff on Xbox, you can easily just take your save file and put it on PC and put it back on the Xbox. And thus far, you can't do that with PlayStation. There are certain games that are cross-progression, like Final Fantasy 14. You know, games that already have cross-progression also exist on PC, but I want that specifically for all PlayStation games because I would love to do that. Now, let me give you an example why. So, I've been playing a lot of games on Steam for this last couple years. I'm not the biggest PC gamer, but lately I have gotten much more into PC gaming for stuff like this. Another Crab's Treasure. This game isn't out yet. I've been playing it quite a bit. You can see I have 15 hours in it already. It comes out next week. When you're playing something on PC, specifically with Steam, it has cross saves via cloud, meaning that you can pass it to other Steam devices, like the Steam Deck. And to me, it's always been incredibly cool to play a game like this that's cool and has grinding and stuff like that. It's nice to be able to level it up, maybe while I'm on the couch watching TV with my girlfriend, and then pass that save file back to the PC when I want to see stuff in all of its graphical glory. And personally, I do want that same ability with PC games when it comes to PlayStation 5. I do think it would be cool to actually be able to grind and level up on a handheld version. Like, let me just level in something like God of War or Spider-Man on my Steam Deck and then pass that save file directly back to my freaking PS5. Let me pass it back to my PC. Let me actually be able to have a way to just pass save files back and forth. Now, there have been a lot of rumors about a PlayStation launcher similar to Steam. In fact, inside of the code of freaking Spider-Man Remastered that came out last year, there was talks about some sort of connectivity to a PlayStation server. I do think that PlayStation is going to come out with a full launcher soon, an ability to not just play their games, but access their games in like a special list. If PlayStation does that, if they launch their own version of the Xbox app, to me, this would be a gigantic W, because something I definitely like here, let me actually just right here live, let me click the PlayStation or the Xbox app right here while I'm recording this video. This is really cool. Rate the app. It's a great app. This to me is always great because the Xbox app is nice that it has, hey, here's some stuff. Here's what we've recently added. Here's a bunch of very popular stuff from Fallout. The accessibility of the Xbox app cannot be understated. This is just such a smooth, cool way of doing everything. And it's great that you can just say, hey, let me check out my games. Let me check out what I've installed. Let me check out my achievements and pass things back and forth. If PlayStation is able to mimic this, if they're able to make it where every platform can play games just as easily, passing it back and forth for trophies, for progress, for grinding, that to me would be a gigantic W. Now, Microsoft is more into the idea of that. Microsoft is definitely more enthusiastic about supporting Windows as much as the Xbox, but I think that the way the PlayStation is going to do it is people keep talking about day and date where every PlayStation game is going to come out both on PS5 and PC at the exact same time. Personally, I don't think that's ever quite going to happen. I just have a feeling that PlayStation is going to, I don't know. I think they're always going to do at least a 6-month delay because a huge amount of the PlayStation profit comes from the console sales, so keeping you locked within the ecosystem to them is incredibly important. But to me, I'm still excited about the fact that the integration, the accessibility, the connectivity of PlayStation and PC is still increasing. If they ever start to put all PlayStation games day and date on PC with trophy support, with friends list, with full crossplay, I might go full PC. I mean, I love PlayStation games because of their stories, their quality, their polish, but if I can have that on my PC, which objectively has better graphics than my PS5, I'm probably going to take it. But what do you guys think about this? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you don't think this is a big deal, also be like, oh, boo, boo PlayStation, boo Xbox, boo. I don't know. You guys have a great day and keep dreaming. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.